Invitation of Lifechanyuan. Dayform Buddha. Xiefeng. October 31st, 2004. Lifetime is but a dream. Life is not empty. Live life to the full. My life will be worthy. Follow the guide of the greatest creator will be beneficial to humanity. Blessed by God and Buddha, ideal will come true. Lifechanyuan follows the Tao of the greatest creator. Safeguard life, cultivate saints. Great wisdom appears simple, and the supreme wisdom is intangible. Keep Buddha in your mind, and your wishes may come true. I'm Dayform Buddha coming from Lifechanyuan, an honest servant of the greatest creator and a devout disciple of Jesus the Christ, Buddha Sakyamuni, Prophet Muhammad, and Celestial Lao Tzu. Sincerely following revelation, I commit myself to the founding of Lifechanyuan in the mortal world, unifying all religions into one belief system, saving the living beings and reaping crops. Lifechanyuan is planning to set up 256 branches throughout the world, with the primary mission of spreading the Tao of the greatest creator, promoting social stability and harmony, instructing people for their gradual life evolvement to the high-level spaces of life, and in the end, achieving the quality of celestials. This is a game. Any saints in the mortal world, classified by groups, no matter what races or nationalities, religious beliefs, parties and factions, social status, educational backgrounds, ages and genders you belong to, you may join the game with us if you are willing to follow the greatest creator. The only groups of people we will not accept are the civil servants in government agencies, military personnel, and all kinds of armed men. The reason of our rejection is not that there is no saint in the above groups, but that we worry that some confusions, troubles might be caused to the governments in all countries, and we also want to avoid some possible threats and injuries on the life and the properties of our people. Lifechanyuan neither will involve in any form of demonstrations, sit-in protest, strike, armed insurrection, terrorist violence, war, and other public activities, nor will Lifechanyuan be planners, organizers, and supporters of these activities. Excepting for individual privacies, Lifechanyuan will open all the speeches and opinions, organization structures, and the arrangement of activities to the public for the facilitation of government and the public criticizing, reporting, and disclosing. The policy of Lifechanyuan is, immediately rectify mistake once it is found, and keep the main but change the others according to the situation. As we all know, there will be more competent and talented people beyond the capable. We sincerely implore the miraculous persons, outstanding hermits, chairmen, chairwomen, or presidents of all countries, and party leaders to show mercy to Lifechanyuan. I also hope that those people of various circles who are neither familiar with nor understand Lifechanyuan would keep quiet and sit on the rail. Everyone should enjoy the equality in front of the greatest creator. Lifechanyuan will be beneficial to the world. Please wait and see. Lifechanyuan consists of two sections, the soul layer and the management layer. The soul layer consists of Dayform Buddha, 2 yin-yang saints, 4 kings, 8 rabbis, 16 Buddhistic masters, 32 world directors, 64 emissaries, 128 Taoists, etc., 255 saints altogether. The soul layer is responsible for exploring and working up the data of the outstanding part in each culture as well as their development and displaying the secret of the universe, time, space, and life to the fullest extent through combining the latest development of science and technology. The management layer consists of the general director, branch directors of the 256 global branches, and the 518 director assistants, which is responsible for the management of external and internal affairs and activities in Lifechanyuan. In order to broadly invite people of ability, the original 512 academicians were renamed as director assistants, and 6 general director assistants are added to the list, which is 518 director assistants altogether. There is no restrict for the number of academicians, so everybody can be regarded as an academician after application as long as she is friendly to Lifechanyuan and is willing to help. For more information in detail, please refer to the following overview of Lifechanyuan. The endless river eastward flows. With its huge waves are gone all those gallant heroes of bygone years. With space-time transportation, Tao embraces millions of talents. Life is transient, seizes the opportunity and exhibits your brilliancy. Flying over mountains, traversing galaxies to the ultimate place. Locking the terrible storms and waves of lifetime. revealing the charming scenery of high-level space of life. Concerning life, looking through the universe and traveling in the vast space-time continuum. Messengers of God and Buddha are waving from the hundreds of light years. Today, we meet at Lifechanyuan. We are flying from one side of the world to the other. Tomorrow, we'll meet at the Elysium Celestial Islands continent, enjoying the happiness of eternal life. Come on, my dear friend, do not lose your eternal life for a transient human life. The negative universe constituted by non-material world is supernatural. We are destined to be hand in hand in this lifetime. After our merits consummating, let's look back at the little earth. 生命产业. What is Lifechanyuan? Xiefeng. June 18, 2003. Men of privilege without power are waste material. Men of enlightenment without influence are the poorest kind of rubbish. Men of intellectual and moral and religious culture, who are not active forces for good in society, are not worth what is a cost to produce and keep them. Henry Van Dyke. Lifechanyuan is a place where great souls come together to create a peaceful, beautiful, and harmonious reality for humanity and, at the meantime, to make themselves qualified for accessing higher life spaces by means of self-cultivation and self-improvement. Lifechanyuan is the integration of Christianity, Catholicism, Islam, Buddhism, Taoism, science, and Mao Zedong thoughts, which truthfully explains the origin of the universe, the mystery of life, and the true meaning of life. For thousands of years, human beings have been groping their way forward and lost themselves. They have been suffering unnecessary grief and sorrows, not knowing the secret of life. Few ever ask themselves, why should I be busy as a bee all day long? Does it have anything to do with the meaning of my life? What's the difference between me and a rushing ant? During the history, many have been working hard to seek the answers. Sages such as Jesus Christ, Buddha Sakyamuni, Muhammad, Lao Tzu, from one generation after another had paid their painstaking efforts for us. Karl Marx, Vladimir Lenin, Mao Zedong, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln had worked so hard for us. All of them tried to create a peaceful world in which everyone can enjoy happiness. Some other great sages had endured the hardships and advised us in earnest in order to lead us into a happy homeland. But the real answer seems to be still far away from us, and we still need to go a long journey, step by step, to approach the other side of truth. Lifechanyuan has answers and solutions for human sufferings and increasingly serious crises of the world. It also has answers for inquiring souls for questions as, who am I? Where did I come from? Where am I going? Lifechanyuan contains precious truths from the greatest creator of universe. It reveals how the universe comes into beings, how life started, and the origin of human beings. It explains the meaning of time and space, and the purpose and meaning of life. It also points out the cause of human suffering, the future of mankind, and the way how a person can get an everlasting happy life. Lifechanyuan follows the path of the greatest creator, and the core values of Lifechanyuan are to revere the greatest creator, revere life, and revere nature. Lifechanyuan is a wonderland for resonant souls. It is a big family full of harmony and happiness, and it is a land of idyllic beauty for people living Lifechanyuan values to enjoy happiness. Lifechanyuan is not a religion, so there is no special ceremony and requirements. Lifechanyuan is not a company, so it will not involve any business activities aiming for profits. Lifechanyuan is not a political party, so it neither has a constitution nor participates in any political activities. Lifechanyuan does not belong to any individual, country, nation, religion, political party, or organization. Lifechanyuan intends to set up 256 new life oases in the form of intentional communities worldwide. 生命禅院概览. Lifechanyuan Overview. Dayform Buddha. Take a broad view, and you will see faraway mountains are fresh and green. Stay and study in Lifechanyuan will a new life begin. You will see clear paradise scenes. Lifechanyuan is the home of spirit and mind, the habitat of the exhausted human life, the desert oasis for the ordinary, kind, honest, hardworking, and intelligent people, the institute to understand the implication and significance of life, and the transit station to the heaven. Lifechanyuan follows the path of the greatest creator, and the core value of Lifechanyuan is revere the greatest creator, revere life, revere nature, and create Lifechanyuan era. When you feel exhausted, anxious, and confused in this mortal life, you can take some time to Lifechanyuan to drink a cup of tea, take a rest, recover from fatigue state, chat, listen to other people's perception of life, and experience the quiet and peaceful atmosphere and find out whether there are indeed some unworldly higher beings. The universe has 36-dimensional space, and each space is a huge world, among which includes supreme level, middle level, and lower level life space. Lifechanyuan will show you the secrets of different space levels and escort you to set foot on the super time and space road toward the beautiful, picturesque, and fascinating thousand-year world, 10,000-year world, and Elysium world through its explanations on the universe, time, and space. Human life is full of misfortune, pain, regret, and frustration. Worry and sadness has always tangled us. Many puzzling mysteries of human life make us feel contradictory. Unpredictable situations and unexpected good or bad fortune make us anxious. Undesirable and troublesome things often make us sleepless. Disease and hunger often threatens us. From time to time, the complicated and changeable interpersonal relationships entrap us into the painful abyss. The survival competition oppresses us and makes our exhausted body fall into the grief vortex one after another. Why is our life like this? Why are we always stuck in a dilemma hard to get out? Why can't we control the path of our own life? For thousands of years, the wise people have been working hard to seek the answers. The sages such as Jesus, Sakyamuni, Muhammad, Lao Tzu from one generation after another had paid their painstaking efforts for us. Marx, Lenin, Mao Zedong, Thomas Jefferson, Lincoln had worked so hard for us. All of them tried to create a peaceful world in which everyone is equal and happy. The great sages such as Moses, St. Paul, Mahavira, Zarathustra, Mani, Vardhamana, Dante, Seth had endured the hardships and advised us in earnest in order to lead us into a happy homeland. But the real answer seems to be still far away from us, and we still need to go a long journey, step by step, to approach the other side of truth. The development of science provides us with the keys to the door of truth. The great masters of science such as Einstein, Newton, Galileo, Faraday, Stephen Hawking had paved the steps for us to approach the door of truth. The great inventors such as Edison, Rockefeller, Henry Ford, Bill Gates had created the practical tools for us. The great masters such as Plato, Ibn Sina, Zhu Xi, Aristotle, René Descartes, Bacon, including Adam Smith, Rousseau, Voltaire, Malthus, Darwin, Freud had equipped us with necessary rational thinking tools. Now it is the time for us to carry on the past heritage and open up the future, to reform radically and absorb all the essence of human wisdom so as to create a new era. Lifechanyuan not only aims to solve the problems such as whether there is the greatest creator, the origin of life and universe, the inevitable and occasional, the problem of karma, the problem of past life and afterlife, and the problem of whether there is God, Buddha, celestial being, but more importantly is to show everyone the optimal life, relieve pains in human life, guide everyone towards the supreme life space, so as to make life bloom forever with the beautiful flowers in the eternal time-space. The establishment of Lifechanyuan is an unprecedented huge project in which dozens or hundreds of individuals are powerless, and a single nation or a country is far from competent, and the common wisdom and knowledge can barely do much about this issue. What we need are hundreds and thousands of people with the highest spirituality and wisdom from different nationalities to play the roles of leaders. I sincerely hope the secluded people in this world, religious figures, presidents, Nobel Prize winners, billionaires, scientists, entrepreneurs, literati, ordinary civil servants, teachers, workers, peasants, soldiers, businessmen, etc., including the homeless tramp will participate in this project. As long as you can explain any issue about the universe, time-space, human life, etc., and no others can refute your theory, then you are eligible to be in the leadership of Lifechanyuan. Lifechanyuan does not belong to any country, any nation, any religion, any political party, group, or individual, so it plans to set up branches worldwide. Lifechanyuan is not a religion, so there is no special ceremony and requirements. Lifechanyuan is not a company, so it will not involve any business activities aiming for profits. Lifechanyuan is not a political party, so it neither has a constitution nor participates in any political activities. People who participate in the leadership work of Lifechanyuan will not receive any material benefits. However, your great wisdom and virtue of selfless dedication will be honored and admired, and your name will be engraved on the milestone in Lifechanyuan to be remembered forever. The main contents of Lifechanyuan. Unconventional thinking, the greatest creator, time, space, and the universe, humanity and human life, physical and spiritual health care, revelations, self-improvement and self-cultivation, life's wisdom, preaching Tao, celestial cultivation, the attainment of Buddhahood, the non-material world, Lifechanyuan corpus, Chanyuan celestial corpus. Initial speech. A sailing boat loaded with new life is on sail. A new era is coming. We are in an era of global economy development, material prosperity, spiritual poverty, and soul gloomy, an era focusing on pragmatic materialization, and an era of no belief. It is a glorious mission for each sage to cultivate conscience, educate people, plant civilization, and enlighten minds. It is the call of the times to build a spiritual and psychical home worldwide. The greatest thought is the rational thinking, and the power of reason is the strongest ruling force for humankind. Comparing with the 36-dimensional space, our human beings are living in a very narrow world. It is necessary for us to tell those barbaric people the huge universal system, and it is also necessary for everybody to know the answer to the question, why should I be me? What do I live for? A great era needs to be guided by a great thought. Without a powerful spiritual support and a liberated soul, the economic development will only cause the widespread depravity and decadence of human being. We are enlightened by the rational thinking of sages in all ages, yet none of the past great men's thinking is able to meet the spiritual and psychical need of the people today. All religions have made indelible contributions to the development of human civilization, but each has its own time limitations and cannot serve as guidance for humankind today. If a theory or a thought exists for more than 1,000 years, and still cannot bring peace and stability to the world, nor bring happiness and joy to every life, then we have to be skeptical about this. If a theory or a thought is not accepted by people willingly, instead, if it is accepted in a fog either by using state machinery or some kind of forces or institution, or in seditious, abetting, or deceptive ways, or through material temptations, promising people with a better future but unable to make it clear what kind of scenario it is, we have to think about these deeply. If a theory or thought cannot make people enjoy the joyous of this present life, rather, believes that only sufferings can ensure the otherworldly well-being, then this theory either is used as a deception or it is immoral. Before everything is clarified, we must first believe in science, be practical, realistic, and believe in logics. We believe that only those who stand on the peak of science are people closest to the truth. It cannot be denied that the great souls are beyond science, time, and space. Their thoughts cannot be generally accepted by ordinary people, and this is why the great souls are lamentable and lonely. If the great souls cannot bring actual happiness and hope for the future, then they are worthless. Lifechanyuan is a place gathered with great souls. Great souls do not come from the low-level life space, and neither from the middle-level life space, but from the supreme-level life space. As early as before World War I, nearly 10,000 advanced souls, the great souls, have descended from the 1,000-year world, the 10,000-year world, and Elysium world. Today, in the name of Lifechanyuan, I was permitted to come here to summon you, the great souls. I wish to tell you, your presence in the man's world is not to enjoy the happiness. Rather, you are to explain the secrets of the universe and the meaning of life, to save the suffering people in the world, and to let people enjoy worldly happiness and joy generation after generation. You have to call an end to your transmigration in the man's world, because after 3 times of transmigration, you will get your nature lost, and you will never find the road to home. You should try to remember the missions given to you in heaven before you left for man's world. You should know clearly that the greatest creator loves human beings, cares for human beings. Mankind must be saved from catastrophe before material prosperity and moral degradation, in order to avoid the tragedy of flood in Noah's times. When people have no fear of force, then, as is the common practice, great force descends, people have to know what it implies. Henry Van Dyke, an American author, educator, poet, playwright, and clergyman, once said, "Men of privilege without power are waste material. Men of enlightenment without influence are the poorest kind of rubbish. Men of intellectual and moral and religious culture, who are not active forces for good in society, are not worth what is a cost to produce and keep them." You are great souls with great thoughts. If you are a president, you are not a great soul if you only consider the benefits of your own political party, group, and even personal interests, rather than the benefits of all people. If you receive tertiary or above education, but you focus only on personal gain and live without serious ambition instead of serving the human world with your knowledge, you are not a great soul. If you have gained wealth from the world but never thought of paying back to the world, you're just a poor soul. If you are a government officer, but you only care how to get promotion and rich, or make your ancestors illustrious, rather than bringing benefits to the ordinary people, you're also just a poor soul. If you have made some achievements and stopped to make advancement, leading a befuddled life and intoxicating yourself in sensual pleasures, you are not a great soul either. The great souls will be brought to the supreme level life space, and the inferior souls will be thrown into the low-level life. Nobody is willing to display the excrement in the toilet in the living room and put the good wine and dainty dishes into the toilet. This is established among human beings, let alone the order of the greatest creator. Only when people around him are happier than himself can the great soul find peace in mind. Only when we selflessly devote our wisdom to human society can our souls be eligible to enter the supreme life space. Take a broad view, and you will see faraway mountains are fresh and green. You must open the window of the soul and look into the future. For thousands of years, humans have been groping forward and have lost themselves, without knowing there are mountains outside mountains and there are spaces outside spaces, suffering unnecessary grief and sorrows and not knowing the secret of life. Innumerable kind people are trampling the life of themselves and even others, not revering the greatest creator. Innumerable people can only repeated transmigration in middle or lower level of life, or have to follow the wrong guidance blindly. Because of the absence of a great wisdom, few people ever ask themselves, why should I be busy as a bee all day long? Does it have anything to do with the meaning of my life? What's the difference between me and a rushing ant? People who are living by instinct, fame, and emotional life can only repeat their mistakes, falling into the same old trap forever. The frog at the bottom of the well always regards